My name is Brian Faison, and today I will talk about the sanctity of marriage. My wife of 25 years recently had life-threatening complications after heart surgery. And for about 2 weeks, I waited in agony, wondering if I would soon be a widower. Marriage is an institution that God established in His creation, and is by design a supernatural joining of two individuals into one married individual. Having served as a pastor for some 15 years, I've seen many couples who exemplify the very best and the very worst of what marriage should be. Today I will demonstrate that marriage has been reduced by society from a supernatural union of God to a disposable secular ideology. This has happened because marriage has been secularized by government, causing people to think that government is the authority behind marriage. Furthermore, marriage has been undermined by society by their attitudes about divorce and cohabitation. And finally, marriage has been devalued by liberal religion by ignoring the biblical mandates concerning marriage. I want you to see that marriage has been secularized by government. Every state in America today requires that people buy a marriage license if they want to have a wedding. Also, 30 states have also legislated the marriage by making it exclusively a man and a woman, disallowing civil unions. Just this week, North Carolina passed a constitutional amendment to protect marriage. The government is required to legally track marriages because it creates a legal situation in which when estates have to be settled, the state has to be able to verify who is married. Therefore, it's a necessary evil. But the result of it has created a situation where people realize and think that government is the authority behind marriage, and we know that God is the authority behind marriage. Secondly, I want you to see that marriage has been undermined by society. Divorce devalues because it takes and gets people to thinking, well, if things don't work out, I can just get rid of this person and get another one. And divorce gives them that legal option. According to the Enrichment Journal on divorce rates in America, the divorce rate in America for the first marriage is 41%. The divorce rate in America for second marriages is over 60%. And the divorce rate in America for third marriages is over 73%. It is generally accepted that 50% of all marriages, whether Christian or non-Christian, end in divorce. Cohabitation also devalues marriage by suggesting that it is not necessary. It is estimated that 1/4 of all unmarried women ages 25 to 39 are living with a boyfriend. Thirdly, I want you to see today that marriage has been devalued by liberal religion. Many people ignore the biblical mandates related to marriage and the sexual relationship. God in His Word ordains that marriage is the proper context for sexual relations. Outside of marriage, every instance of sex is considered sin. Many people disregard the biblical mandates concerning divorce, and they take a very informal attitude about it. The Bible tells us that Moses allowed divorce, but the New Testament clearly says that Jesus hated divorce. Also, many churches reject the biblical requirements of the sanctity of marriage for its pastors and for its deacons. So in summary, I'd like to suggest to you today that marriage has been secularized by government, marriage has been undermined by society, and marriage has been devalued by liberal thinkers. These attacks on marriage not only undermine the foundation of the family, but upon society as a whole. This is where you and I as individuals come into play. It is time for Christians across America to stand up and declare that marriage is a spiritual institution, not a secular novelty. It is a spiritual union, not a legal contract. It is a spiritual institution, not a debatable set of rules. 25 years ago, I was asked, will you take this woman to be your wife, to have and to hold, for richer or for poor, in sickness and in health, and for as long as you both shall live? After her recent brush with death, I can say fully that I realize what all of that means. It is because marriage is sacred and it must be honored among all people.